Speaking of Ben, to many people, the great and good of entertainment and music, and indeed other fields as well, since the lockdown and the COVID-19 kicked in. I'm delighted to say hello to a gentleman who's recorded a number of albums, indeed, and also a DVD, a lively act. And if you've seen any of the tracks from the DVD, you'll see what I mean. He's from Inch Island in County Donegal. Delighted to say hello to David Craig. David, how are you?
Jerry, how's things, boys? Thank you very much for having me on.
It's a real pleasure, David, a real pleasure. You're a busy lad overall in entertainment up until the lockdown.
You know, we were very busy, thank God. We had a great run. We were tied into the wedding scene and the festival scene around. And you could see the top half of Ireland. We didn't travel too far. Thankfully, we didn't need to put too many miles. But we got into a great circuit of the weddings and like the festivals and stuff like that. And I tell you, it's been brilliant. Now we're flat out right up until the middle of March, 14th of March or something. I done my last gig, and it's like, thank God we've had a great run, but I suppose now we're having a great break, if you like, so but.
Indeed, it's the thing I've spoken to a number of other people about it is you were saying about the festivals right throughout the country. There were festivals and events happening right throughout the summer period in not saying every town, but in a huge number of places, huge events with large crowds.
Definitely. You see here in Donegal, it's surprised how many festivals are like in wee small villages and towns were running festivals. And you've obviously got Clonmany, probably the biggest festival, I would say, nearly in Ireland. But we've done Clonmany in quite a few years. We haven't been back for a couple of years now. But I say you smaller towns in it's mad how they're funny run festivals, and I don't know what way it works. But they're putting on bands maybe on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And during the day, they would have things for kids and stuff on. It is brilliant. Around like around the further east of the county, and around by Falcara and the Ironmore Island, they do festivals there every year. And we've been on them nearly every year this past maybe 5 or 6 years, and we've had a great run with them. So it's a great family thing, and see the atmosphere at a festival is something else. Like.
Indeed it is. Yes, and people really, partake in it and just love the whole, the whole aspect of it, and the whole fun aspect that there is with it, and the fact that it can be on a street or it can be in a field or it can be wherever,
That's right. It can be like, and we were actually booked to do a marquee over the summer there, and it's like a thing they do every year. They do it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and although obviously it's not happening now, but it would have been a great. It has been in the past great nights. Like as you say, a festival, it doesn't really have to be on a street. It can be at a field or it can be anywhere. It's just there's just an energy or an atmosphere that comes with the festivals. It's hard to get anywhere else, and it's just brilliant. Plus it keeps boys like us walking and out of practice, if you like.
Indeed so. There's no question about it, and it's I'll have to say it is. It's electric atmospheres and all the rest of it. It's great, absolutely fantastic to see. It really is. And
it definitely is.
David, you've it all came to a grinding halt for you, the same as with everybody else. It came to a grinding halt in the middle of March. That was a shock to the system for you.
Hey, it was, and some people say, I've seen it coming. I didn't see it coming. And this thing that's going on was very serious, but I thought maybe we might have, it might have passed this without doing too much harm, but had a serious shock to the system from gigging, like an average weekend, like for us, you're doing 2 nights every weekend, and then during the week you were sorting out like the management side of things. And all of a sudden, we were playing at a wedding down in County Monaghan on the 14th of March, and we had gigs, and then I was leading up to obviously St. Patrick's Day. We had a double shift on St. Patrick's Day. We had an outdoor gig at a parade, then we had a nighttime gig at a club, and on the Monday we had another gig, and I was all of a sudden, the diary was wiped clean, nothing, and I haven't seen any of the band members since March. Some of my band, they're scattered about throughout different counties. And as you say, it just came to a halt, and I shocked the system, I suppose, definitely. There's just been nothing happening, and no word of starting up yet.
Indeed.
Like other businesses are getting back at it. Thankfully, it's good to see, and things are starting to ease, but there's no mention of entertainment coming in. and I would say we're going to be off for a lot longer than we would like.
Indeed so. I think, and the one thing, everybody is in the same boat. And recently, indeed, it's been announced for as regards the in London, as regards the theatres, the number of Cameron McIntosh is, basically letting people go and saying that they won't open until next year and all that sort of thing.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy. We just all we can do is hope for the best. The thing about it, as I was saying earlier, it's unknown. It's the unknown. If somebody would say, listen, from such and date, everything's going back, you can start organising your gigs and organising. But there's no point. I know people had us booked for weddings, from March, end of March, and all of April, May, and so on, and they've all been postponed now till later on this year, and some of them will come back to me now again and postpone them a second time to go into next year. So it's just unknown when things are going to get back up and running. It's a bit mad.
It is. Were you always into music, David, and that type of thing from you were a child?
I was into music from I was, as they say here in Donegal, Owen, from I was young. I have a memory of maybe, I think I'm around 6 or 7 years of age or whatever. Always been listening to music, travelling about in the car with my father. Always just, I was a huge folk music fan, and alongside the country. I remember listening to Paddy Riley and Mick Flavin, driving about in the car. And from I was no age, I was always into music. And got an old uncle of mine gave me a guitar, played it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just held it like everybody else held it, and I just moved my right arm around it, thinking I was playing this guitar and singing. God forgive, I would say I must have been useless, but in my head I was great, and I thought this is what I really want to do. And from a young age, I remember the teachers asked me at school, what's your plans for the future? And even secondary school, I was like, I want to be in the entertainment business. And they're like, but you need, as they say, get a real job. I was like, but that's what I want to do. So I answer your question, Jerry. I've been into music since I was no height. And I'm sure anybody that's involved in the music business has been at it from a young age as well.
Indeed, many, yes. Indeed, most have. So, David, what are you spending your time out these days? What are you doing when you're not gigging?
If you've seen around my house, Jerry, you'd say I did a lot more time off to get things read up. But I've been doing jobs. We're lucky enough. We live out in the countryside. We live out in it's kind of a half acre site. So there's loads of bits and pieces to be done. I live up in the house, so I have plenty of pieces to get things done as well. But I have 2 young kids, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. And I decided there over the lockdown to build them like a tree hut type of thing in the garden.
Right.
That's been keeping me going around. There's just been loads of jobs around the house, and at the same time, then I do a bit of I've been songwriting from, I would say maybe the past 10-15 years. I've been songwriting, and I've got some inspiration for songs. I actually wrote a song during the I suppose you could say the deepest part of the lockdown. I wrote a song called "Chill Out." I thought nothing of it. I didn't plan on releasing it. I just wrote it and I sung it and put it on Facebook, and I got great feedback from that. So. But I suppose I'm doing like everybody that's been off this long time. I'm doing jobs around the house that hasn't been done that probably would never get done.
Yes, you definitely. There's no excuse now, sort of, not to do them.
My wife keeps every time she's got a wee list, and when I knock one thing off for us, she writes another thing on it. So, and there's not a weed or a fence that hasn't been painted or so. Everything's looking, I suppose, I could say well enough now than it was before. So no, keeping busy. I'm not the kind of person to sit around. I couldn't sit in front of a TV all day. I'm just I have to have my hand at something I'm doing, and I'm lucky enough. I do, but I manufacture flight cases as well in my spare time for all the local bands, and even some of the bigger bands that's on the road. So I've caught up with some of the flight cases that have been held back in, and I have a workshop here at home as well. So I'll always find something, and sometimes I just create work for myself, and it ends up a bigger job than I planned. But no, lockdown is to me, so I'm keeping going. There's no rest for the wicked.
Indeed, fair play. You did the DVD you did was a highly successful. That was You Live in Letterkenny. That appeared to be one incredible night.
That was done. That was done in 2015.
Right.
I done that, and I done it. But looking forward to the plan time when I done it. I done it kind of in a venue that we've been playing quite a lot around Letterkenny, and the kind of our gigs. And anybody that's seen us or has came to our gigs, we do like to have, as we like to have the crack. We enjoy it. We interact with our audience quite a lot. That's probably why we do so many weddings. It was a great night's crack, and what's the I think I can't remember, it's 8 or 9. There's 8 or 9 live shots on the DVD, and then over the years, this past maybe 10 years, I've been recording on location and around Inch where I'm from, and different songs that I wrote and stuff like that, and I put the whole lot together on a DVD. So there's 15 tracks on the DVD, and I say it's done very well. And Martin Butterworth up there, and he kept me. He took care of things and put the whole thing together and stuff like that. So thank God, the DVD's done very well, and there's actually a CD with it as well.
Yes.
That's a double combination we took out. So it's doing great for us on the local scene, and even getting to even yourself over in London and further afield. It's brilliant.
Indeed. You did an incredible version of the Rattling Bog.
The Rattling Bog, I done that. That came out before the DVD. I was like one of the singles I took out back in 2012, I think it was, or 11. I done that song again, doing the scene that we were playing. Rattling Bog has been flying. Every time we played that song at a gig, it brought the house down, and people run to the dance floor and just. You can easily jive to it, just kind of jump mad, if you like, through the place. And it's a big part of our live show. And I decided then I'd record it, and we went to a venue in Letterkenny called The Pulse, and got the atmosphere of the crowd, and everything went. It was brilliant. So that's probably one of the biggest tracks that I've taken out over the last few years. And locally people would say, "Oh, there comes the Rattling Bog, man." So it's and even though that song's probably around long before never you were at school, I would say. So
Indeed.
I'm not. Jeez, you think I said you're old. I'm not saying that at all. But it's been around. That song's been around since my granny's time.
It has. Yes, it has.
And I've just kind of revived it up again. I think so.
Indeed,
it's done well for us.
It has. It's been astounding. There were some other songs that you released, like "The Roads of Donegal." Where did you get that?
There's a fella here from Donegal. He's a songwriter. He wrote a lot of songs for Conal Gowan, and he actually wrote the Daniel Donald's Blue Magic or Blue. I can't remember. He wrote a song for Daniel's one of his latest albums there. Pat McLean wrote that song, and he took it out on one of his own albums here locally. And I decided I would try it, and it's gone well for us as well. And he's happy with the way it came out. So. And it's a good, lively, up-tempo song, and it gets people going.
It is indeed. Now, where you live, David, is an Inch Island, and it's only got a population of 448 people. Was in 2000?
You must have an Alexa beside you, Jerry. I think you're nearly on the money. There was 448 when I left, so there's 447 now. So no, you're around. There's around about 400 odd, 50 odd people on Inch Island. It's actually you'd imagine there's a road onto it for cars who's on a steady, and there's a lovely walkway around Inch Lane. That leads walks through part of Inch out by Bournefoot and across by Burt and down back, and that's kind of a circle. Anybody that's from the South Anishona area would know what I'm on about. It's beautiful. It's around a large lake, and so Inch is kind of very busy. If you want to have cars coming and going all the time. So, but no, it's a nice place.
A nice area. Definitely, and you're probably always in view of the water at Lough Swilly.
I am. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have my own boat. My father has a boat, my sisters and their husbands have boats. So we kind of grew up around the water. Like where my home place is like you could say we're about 50 feet from the tide, from the water. So from I was young as well, I spent a lot of time building small rafts and stuff and out and about. So we're looking straight into Lough Swilly. We're sitting on the edge of it. So it is nice. Where I'm actually living now, again, I'm only 5 minutes where I'm married now, living 5 minutes from there. So, it is a real beautiful place and just nice to relax and stuff.
Ah, that's lovely, lovely stuff. David, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. Thanks very much indeed for the chat. And you're obviously one of these all-go guys. You always are doing something and at something. Listen, I wish you all the very best and continued success.
Well, listen, I just want to take this opportunity maybe and thank you very, very much for first of all for playing my music over the years, and all your listeners that anybody would request us. Thanks a million. And I hope everyone's keeping safe, and just hopefully this is all over before too long. And we were planning on going over to London and doing some of the scenes in the UK. We were planning for next year, but because most of our work has been transferred to next year, we might not get over. But if we do sometime, I'd like to meet a lot of people, even yourself, Jerry, in person. And again, thanks for having me, and best of luck with your show, and keep her going.